What is good, guys? It's Charles from Team COG here, coming at you guys with another discussion video. I'm going to show you like a test hand here of a Infernoble list that I've been testing. Prior to the reveal of Dark Flare Swordsman, I'm really optimistic about Dark Flare Swordsman. I know some people in the community think it's garbage. I know some people think it's like insane. I'm pretty optimistic with it, and I plan to like start testing and just trying to get a build with it because I do like the card. I'm not a big fan. I'm like, call me xenophobic when it comes to like Yu-Gi-Oh decks, man. I hate having to play like all these like other deck engines in a deck just to make it like do what it's supposed to do. I know Magistus is a really popular variant of the Infernoble strategy that's popped up because it's allowed you to put like an Omni Negate up. But at the end of the day, man, like for me personally, if it fits you, it fits you. But for me, it's like you're playing probably the worst. You're playing Magistus like with just ending on Infernoble cards. Like you're not playing Infernoble at the end of the day. In my opinion, and that's just entirely like just solely mine. Like you play whatever you want. But for me, I wanted to try and find like a more pure route, a more playable Fire Warrior-esque strategy, and I'll do that with the Dark Flare Swordsman. But in the meantime, I was testing something that I watched a while back, and then I listened to Leo from 037 Wolf. He's the Crystron guy, the Adventure Synchron dude. He kind of like put the Adventure package into my mind. I listened to him, I watched a lot of his streams, I come in support and everything, and he made me really want to consider playing the Adventure package in Nobles. And I used to not be a big fan of this, but with the loss of his old and stuff like that, I was like, well, wait a minute, maybe he's on to something. We give up the one-card combo, because like I think one-card combos are important, but we get like forceful, like impactful cards. And like right here, like I'm gonna be able to show you guys in this hand what I'm talking about. Rhoda being like kind of insane, but like just to kind of just run through this hand to show you like the possibilities. Now, yes, with every deck and every engine and everything like that, you do kind of get like some bad hands and something before someone comes in and says, well, you're playing Adventure. How is that even tied to Infernoble? Well, fun fact, Adventure actually does have a card called Noble Arms that you could potentially search if you wanted to go that route. So it makes sense and it fits more into the Infernoble strategy than some of the other archetypes out there that people are splashing into it. But there is definitely some synergies between like, I guess, a Magistus, Fiendsmith, and stuff because they all like equipped. But aside from that, they're not really Fire Warriors and stuff like that. It's also, Enchantress gets you to a Fire Warrior Magic Core, which is pretty insane. But like in taking like Leo's concept and stuff like that and thinking about how it would work, I was like, well, wait a minute, like this right here, this hand right here is going to be able to put an Omni up before we even commit to our Infernoble 9s in the form of playing the Griffin. And that's kind of insane. And you could just do it like multiple different ways. Like it's just kind of wild in the sense, right? So we'll go ahead and run through this here. Like some of these cards do not matter in the hand, like these cards right here. Like essentially with this would be self-sustainable. If we didn't open Ogier, we'd be able to get access to a Magic Core this way and still get access to the Griffin being able to protect. And worst case scenario, you can use a level 4 token that you get to be able to climb into Angelica. So just do keep that in mind. But anyway, without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into like right here. So we're just going to go ahead and banish the Enchantress, bait Ash Blossom. This hand would be perfect if they threw Ash at us because we opened talents. So we'd be able to like look at their hand and then combo underneath these two cards here. The rest of the cards in our hand, we'd be able to combo underneath pretty well. But we're going to go ahead and use this to go ahead and search for our Rite of Aramesir. We'll go ahead and, let's see here, I got to think of where a good place to put these are so they're out of the way. Go over here. We're going to activate Rite of Aramesir to go ahead and summon ourselves out a token and then place Fateful Adventure using Gouging Fire here. I think it seems fitting. And to go ahead and place ourselves our Fateful Adventure. Wherever it is, it should be right here. Place Fateful Adventure. So now we can go ahead and use Fateful Adventure to go ahead and add. Again, since we happen to, if we didn't have access to it, we could literally search out a Fire Warrior in the form of Magic Core. But since we already have access to Ogier being our normal summon, we're going to go ahead... Well, actually, hold up now. Wait a second. Going out of turn here. I got to remember some things here. Let's just go ahead and normal summon our Ogier, triggering the Fateful Adventure to go ahead and search ourselves Draco back. See, it's Adventure 101. Literally, you want to get Draco back, so then, like, when you use Fateful Adventure to search for a monster, the discard is free. So we're going to go ahead and search ourselves for Wandering Griffin, and then you discard the Draco back, and then Draco back will then equip. And then since we opened up Museum, we could go like the Museum route. We could also go into Reinforcing the Army, but we're going to go and summon out the Rider just to go ahead and get Rider placed out here. So we could go Reinforcing the Army. We could go any way we wanted to. There's actually particular, like if we wanted to, we could have gone like Army into Magic Core or Army into our Ricciardetto, normal summon Ricciardetto to search the Draco back. Then we could have done like, we just could have done different lines. We could have, yeah, it's just kind of crazy. It definitely takes away from like the one card combo and gives you like a lot of free form in the sense, a lot of freestyle. But let's just go ahead and use Rhoda here just to go ahead and get it out of the way to make the hand pretty simplistic here. Since we did normal summon, what I was trying to get at is if we searched out Magicore. Magicore would special itself, and then we could use our normal summon on Ricky Ardetto, which normal it and then make Angelica. But since we did have to go ahead and normal out the Ogier there, we're going to go ahead and search out our Renault, and then we'll go ahead and special summon out our Renault. And then we can just synchro here for Angelica. Go Angelica's effect to go ahead and grab us our second museum. Kind of looking at this now, like I said, it's all hindsight. Like, I could definitely have left the Draco back in the graveyard. I could not have triggered it here. And then, like, Renault would have added this back, which would have been, like, better, because then we could go Renault onto here. It'd been self-sustained, essentially. We'll go and go museum effect to go ahead and grab us our... we could go Durandal, maybe? Durandal's the way to go. We do have two... Yeah, let's just go ahead and go for Durandal, just because we do have both museums. And we'll go ahead and use... So let's see, we're protected now with an Omni, so like we do have different routes that we can do. We could go force out that, send that, because like we don't really need to search anything else. And we've already like, we got two forms of dumping, so it's just kind of, it is what it is. We'll just throw away the Durandal. We could use Ogier to equip, but like then we'd like dump a card, and that wouldn't do us any good because we'd want the Ogier to be able to come out. So we could technically go Ogier, equip, move forward, dump a no-name, essentially like Turpin or something like that. Dump Turpin, Turpin trigger the Ogier. Turpin trigger the Angelica. Yeah, let's go ahead and just go... Let's just go ahead and just use Durandal. Make it simple. Use Angelica's effect. We'll go ahead and send Turpin down to go ahead and get to the graveyard. And this right here falls off. We banish this to go ahead and summon out our Roland. We then will go ahead and use Ogier's effect to equip to the Roland. And then we'll go ahead and use Museum's effect to move up Ogier, triggering the Ogier since now it was special summoned to send the Gearfried. Then we'll go ahead and synchro here for our Charles. Then we can pretty much go to the second museum, pay 12 to search out our Almus. Then we can go equip Almus to Charles, link climb up here for our Emperor. Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2 will equip here. Almus will grab back the Gearfried. We'll go ahead and use Gearfried's effect, banishing the Almus to go ahead and summon itself to go ahead and get it out of the way. And since we technically haven't used our new museum, we can move up Charles up here, equipped Roland, and then go ahead and link climb back down into our Emperor, equipping the Charles. And then this is the end board. So I mean, this is just like a freestyle, you know what I mean? It's nothing like super insane, but we move on to the end phase. Charles can equip the Durandal that we never got to use, and then equip from the deck Malgius. And Malgius will be able to shuffle back cards and give us a draw, which will be pretty nice. You could actually trigger it now if you wanted to go ahead and get a draw, potentially draw into like another hand trap. It's entirely up to you. But essentially, this is like what we have here. We have an Omni Negate with Griffin, Monster Negate with the Gearfried, 2 Spell and Trap Negates, and a non-targeting pop, especially, and then like potentially the ability to draw into something with Malgus, which is like irrelevant because you'll probably won't draw into anything in phase. Of course, Angelica comes back. But yeah, that's kind of like what the adventure stuff can do. Like I said, this is the reason like Leo kind of like inspired me to like move on to it, is because, or at least try it out. I wouldn't say move on to it because like I'm not, it takes a heavy engine. There's like some like cards you never want to see, such as like Draco Bag, Fateful, and stuff like that. So, but the worst case with Fateful is Fateful can always grab you in Fire Warrior. So like you can activate Fateful, search Magicore, and then discard a card, and then normal Magicore, and then like it's a level 4 Fire Warrior that then has synergy with like Renault and everything. So like there is synergy there. Like Fateful's not the worst card to see by any means. But anyway, yeah, so this is like the end board. We literally have Omni Negate, that's 1 form disruption, 2, 3, 4, 5 forms of disruption. And it was like pretty like again, it was insulated underneath the Omni Negate of the Wandering Griffin Rider, and that was like something I really wanted to try. Is you pressure them to interact with the Fateful stuff, because if they don't, you threaten an Omni. So then if you threaten an Omni, they have to throw their interactions, which means like you can later use the other cards in your hand to like push forward through it, because they've already solved you know, they've already like kept you off your Omni. So now like you have the other 4 cards in your hand to be able to push through it, and that's pretty insane. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I know there's like, if you guys want to see a profile of this, I'll gladly show it. Just comment down below. But I know there's like some changes. Like I said, I'm probably going to go ahead and move on into start really to testing the Dark Flare Swordsman, excuse me, just because like I really like what that card does. Like it's so cool. Dark Flare Knight used to be, or yeah, Dark Flare Knight, what used to be my favorite fusion of the Dark Flame Swordsman and Dark Magician, and it's so cool that we're getting that in a card form. I do wish, my only complaint was I wish it was like 1 level less. I do wish it was level 5, not level 6, but that's neither here than there. But yeah, guys, yeah, I might probably take this to a locals, do one of the local vlogs, or do the local videos with this too. So just, yeah, stay tuned for that. But please remember, if you guys enjoyed this content, comment it down below what you guys think, what you guys have been testing, and stay safe, stay healthy. This is Charles and Team COG signing out.